jetpacking worms, parachuting worms, ninja roping worms, worms carrying bazookas, worms toting shotguns, worms tossing grenades, worms in UFOs, worms with telekinesis, worms teleporting, death by sheep, death by mole, death by old lady, death by concrete donkey? What the hell is going on? I don't know, but it works. And it's worked for 17 years now, can you believe that? Revolution builds on that classic Worms experience, but does make a few significant changes.
Brave, focused, highly trained worm warriors, taunting like schoolgirls in a playground.
Revolution's 2D gameplay is set within a 3D world, so bubbles and things drift past in the foreground, while wildlife help make the backgrounds a little more dynamic. The playing field itself has subtle depth, so explosions leave a spherical crater that can actually pierce all the way through to the back of the landmass. Watching epic chain reactions is as entertaining as ever, and worms get beaten up as they take damage, which is a nice touch. The solo game gives players 32 campaign levels and 20 puzzles across 4 settings, which is pretty meaty for the price. Each level also has an introduction from Matt Berry, who you probably know from shows like The Mighty Boosh and Snuffbox. Suffice to say, his delivery is hilarious and entirely his own.
Easy, lads. It's not like they've got sentry guns. Oh my god, they've got sentry guns.
Before we get onto the new stuff, here's a crash course in the basics of Worms. 1. Your squad of worms faces off against one or more enemy squads on a destructible map. 2. Each turn players have a limited amount of time to move and attack. 3. Almost everyone dies, and the last team standing wins. Revolution adds quite a few twists to the Worms formula. Battlefields now feature both water and physics objects. Why blow your enemies up when you can wash them away or slowly drown them? Water's simply not as much fun to use as a weapon as, well, a weapon, but it does add another layer to the gameplay. Physics objects, on the other hand, miss the mark a bit. I mean, sure, you can use telekinesis to tactically position objects, and they can be blown up, but it all feels a little unnecessary. The biggest change is the addition of classes. The standard worm is now the soldier, and he's joined by the heavy, scout, and scientist. Choice of class affects damage, movement speed, and proficiency with utilities. Scouts, for instance, move quickly and leap great distances. They can also fall further without taking damage and are more agile when using jetpacks. On the flip side, they do less damage with their attacks. Scientists give every worm in your team a 5-point health boost every time it's their go, and can create more powerful utilities like sentry guns and electromagnets. Heavies, on the other hand, move slowly, but can deal and absorb more damage. Above all else, classes are an excellent new modifier for multiplayer. Scout versus Scout battles are great, for instance, because players are so much more mobile, so the action's more dynamic. And hey, while the heavies are slow and unwieldy in movement, teleporting them in strategically can pay off in a major way. Combine classes with Worms' already excellent customization suite, and you've got serious options. Setting up a game? Okay, cool. Which weapons and utilities do you want, and how many of each? What's that? Nothing but shotguns and ninja ropes? Done. You want to toggle fall damage off? Cool. And yeah, infinite swings on the ninja rope sounds good. What else? The cavernous battlefield, set in the sewer, with a 90% likelihood of weapon drops every round? Sure. And that's just one example. There are so many parameters to play with, and it all adds up to an incredibly customizable game. The tension of the core gameplay of being forced to sit and watch while your opponents attempt to wipe you out is brilliant to begin with, but the options make this a truly great party game, and purists can ignore all the new inclusions if they want to. Revolution is a rock-solid new addition to the series. The changes to the formula are thoughtful, while multiplayer remains an absolute blast. For more on Worms Revolution, head on over to IGN.